There you are, my friends. Welcome to Seeing Crime. I'm Zelda Kelly, and this is episode 30. And wow, what a day! What did you think? That attorney Weinberg, I am so impressed by him. He was so diplomatic. He was not argumentative. He was just wonderful. I don't think that a better job could have been done. I was holding my breath a little bit because, we're in Mercury retrograde. But with that said, oh wow, now it's done. But is it over? Right? That's the question. Oops, and there we go. See, Mercury, hello. All right. So we're going to lay the foundation. But first of all, I also want to mention Trooper Proctor. Now, time. I'm recording this on the 9th, right after Karen Reed's motion. She looked happy. And did you see that she was wearing blue? Did you see the blue in the courtroom? I've got to tell you, I feel very positive about this, and I know the defense does too. First of all, here's the timeout, darlings. On yesterday, August 8th, we saw that thing coming out with the Brady letters for Trooper Proctor. Oh boy, I wonder what his wife is going to be posting now. That is a mess that man is under. I'm not kidding. Financially, this will be devastating. We're going to make another video on that one coming out soon, but for now we're going to stay focused on this hearing, this motion for a mistrial. Dismissal. Hello, Mercury. See, I can blame it on Mercury. What am I going to do when Mercury goes direct, right? So now we're here. Let's lay the foundation and stick with me because I've got a little bonus at the end that I want to share with you. Okay, so here we are. We have the Kipper deck, our friend, laying out the foundation, and I have another foundation, which is the Thelema Lenormand deck. That's a tongue twister, believe me. And we have the Vintage Tarot, and we have something else coming out. So we're going to put these to the side, and first, I'm going to use Thelema for right now. We're going to use the Thelema. Now remember, this is an oracle deck, and it is read in pairs. So it's not something that you can just draw a daily card from and say, okay, that's it. All right, I'm going to go with just one card. And I don't read for myself. There are many readers that do. I do not. I was taught back when I was young, Civil War, no. I was taught a long time ago by my reader grandmother and beyond that it was not good for us. Now, other readers can do it. I'm just not capable. I think the last time I tried to read for myself, I ended up in, Alaska or something. I don't know. It was completely jumbled. So I don't do the daily card. I don't do any of that. I would prefer helping others, quite frankly. So we don't do that with this particular deck. We read it in pairs, and we're going to start choosing, and here we go right now. Look at that. On number 8 and the coffin. Wow, I have chills. Number 8 and the coffin. We're going to explain these right now. Oh my goodness. Shoo. The 12. And the little birdies. Oh, and there's one that fell out, and we're going to take it. Since it fell, it's important. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get into this. Putting these guys to the side. This 8 coffin yesterday was the 8th. The 9, which is today. Can't make this stuff up, can we? The diamonds is this business success, but not totally fulfilled. But with that coffin, I do not believe that it's any reference to John. I feel it's a reference to the CW, and I think that their case is pretty much dying on the vine. based on Trooper Proctor, based on what happened today, Lolly was just off the mark with Rule 27. He was just, he was grasping, but he has to, because this is something he's not going to let go. He's not going to have a choice, my friends. Then we see the lilies, the number 30, and that King of Spades, who is Brian Albert. Now, he shows up in this because I think that they were all having a watch party, like they usually do after court, and they get together and they do this, I don't know if they compare notes. I don't know what on earth they do. I don't think it's something that, anyway, that's them. The lilies are commemorative of someone. For me now, I read this as in the past, as in commemorating someone who has gone on. And I believe that's for John. And for me, this is all for John. I mean, we want Karen Reed free, but we also want justice for John. I'm going to tell you with this number 12 near the 8 and the 7 with diamonds. These diamonds, it's all matter of fact, business law. There's no emotion in it, but I'm going to say there's a celebration there. And I believe that the defense team and Karen are celebrating. I can't help it. I think they are. And I'm also going to say that the 12th is going to be exceptional. I think we're going to have something is going to be happening on the 12th. So mark your calendars, darling. I saw the smiles today. I know that they're very pleased with this. And I know that no matter which way it goes, there's going to be an appeal. Lolly is not going to give up that easily. I'm just going to tell you. And even though the law may not be on the side of the defense, oh my, they made an excellent case today. And the excellence was, are you ready? Precedence. It's not about, Your Honor, you got to do the right thing. It's called precedence. This is a way for her to save grace, save her face, and go forward. Because you know what? It's all about Karen Reed, the fishes. Can be Pisces, and that's Karen. And the King of Diamonds, that is our John O'Keefe. And a 34, well, we know who 34 or where 34 is. That's a very good foundation right there. I love it. Let's grab the kipper. Here we are. We're grabbing the kipper. So the judge has Friday afternoon. I know she's going to spend the weekend. Monday, I believe, is the 12th. Let's see, today is the 9th. Saturday is the 10th. Sunday is the 11th. Monday is the 12th. I have to do that. It's Mercury. Okay. So something is going to happen on Monday. There is a concern. I know that there is a concern from the CW, because the CW and a message of concern. Okay, I think I see where this is going. Poverty, distant horizons. This concern and message of concern, I think what the judge is going to come back with is, how do we do this? What is the best way to do this? If I do decide, and that might be on Monday, if I do decide to bring the jury back, what is the best way to do this? And how do we do it without asking them how they deliberated? We just want to ask what their verdicts were. The number 7 is still significant as far as the jury is concerned. I don't know why, but we're going to roll with it. So I think there's this message of concern Now, it may come across on the 14th. The number 33 will be significant. I don't know what that means. I'm going to be honest. But it could be from the 12th to the 14th, because the judge, I don't feel, is going to sit on this. The poverty, working hard, knowing that you've done all you can do and you're still going to lose. I think that is on the CW because it's right here under them. The distant horizon, there is a silver lining in the clouds. And I believe that is also for Karen, because it's on this side where Karen is, and John. I think that's wonderful. Let's check out the tarot. All right, here we are. I'm going to cut the deck. The King of Wands. I'm going to get my little pointer. Here we go. It's pointer time, Zelda. All right, here we are, my darlings. This is a fire element card. The wands are fire elements. This king has a powerful color, a powerful robe. Look how he's sitting up in his robe. He's at the ready. He's just wanting to get going, light a fire under it, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. You see the wand he's got a hold of, and it is an opportunity. It's sprouting with opportunity. But there's a little fella here that I want to point out to you. You see this little guy? That is the salamander. The salamander is the spirit animal of the wand suit. Why? Well, because they say the salamander can go through fire without being burned or singed. I don't know if that's true, and I invite none of you to try it out as an experiment. Please do not. But that is why. And you see, there are little references of salamanders in the tapestry behind the king. So what does all of this mean? It means that this has been Karen is going through this, and will she be able to walk through without being singed? Well, I think that's debatable, but I think metaphorically speaking, I do not feel that Karen is going to go to prison, and for me, that would be the being burnt and being singed. Now, yes, this is an injustice for her, and that will be taken care of down the road. But I'm also going to say this. It was not a coincidence that all this Brady letter stuff came out yesterday, the day before of today, because I think that was the little, and I'm just going to say it right now, I think that was the little thing that was the little message that was sent out that basically says, keep going on, keep messing. And we're going to keep releasing these little things. We have a lot to look forward to, my darlings. Because Trooper Proctor, I'm going to tell you this. And I'm going to do a video on this, but I want to just mention this very quickly. Trooper Proctor, from my looking into him and from my looking into this Brady letter thing, and I mean with the cards. I'm not a lawyer, not a doctor. I'm a card reader. I don't give any of those advices. I'm just here and I give you advice based on the cards, and we see what direction we're going in. I feel that Trooper Proctor was the low-hanging fruit. I think that he had been singled out because, in my opinion, he may not have been the sharpest tool in the shed. He is a follower and not a leader. How do we know that? Look at this case in particular without ever looking at the other cases. 13 Brady letters went out to attorneys. Okay, but let's just look at the Karen Reed case. He was told by Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Matt McCabe, He was told by this one. He was told by Higgins. He was told by that one. He was told by Colin Albert. He was told by this, that, and the other thing. He was told by all the Alberts, all the McCabe's, the Julie Nagels, and the Sarah Levinsons. What happened? He didn't investigate it. He learned all this stuff and then kicked around everything, and he went through the motions and gathered all the evidence, and he did what he was told to do, not what he should have done. This ain't looking good for him at all. And that happened on other cases too. So there's more that's going to come out. That was the message yesterday. Was it from the feds? I don't know. Probably. All right. I put these cards down. Let's get some more. Then there's another king that came out, and that king represents Attorney Weinberg. Why? Because you see, it is a cloak of power over a cloak of, I'm going to say, confidence, somewhat emotional. However, the emotion in confident, he knew how to work the judge. I'm just going to say it. He knew what he was doing, how to compliment the judge. But you see, he's got his sword up. He was ready. He was ready he was ready to get out there and swing that sword. Lolly did not do a good job. But this attorney did, Attorney Weinberg. What, if anything? You know, I have to say this. Please forgive me, in my opinion. Did Lolly not know that when he stood up against this attorney, and he stands up against David Yannetti, and he stands up against Alan Jackson, that he's with the dark side? Does he not know that he kind of looks like a schmuck? I'm sorry, that's not nice, but I mean, that's in my opinion. Does he not know that he's working for the dark side? And the dark side is evil. I like to say it like those Gothic Renaissance, very Baroque musicals, as evil. Does he know that he is evil? I think he's just him. There we go with another wands. And that's a timing card now. That's fire. And that's a timing card. This is a benevolent hand coming out to help. And that is a divine benevolent hand coming out to help Karen. There we are with the Queen of Cups. Everybody is now recollecting exactly what had happened with the jury, and it's emotional, yes, but their memories must serve them now. Let me see, one more, okay. This is the knight who's coming forward. He is in action, so we know the messages. This is an action card, and he is going to be taking action. I'm going to lay two more, and then I'm going to tell you what I feel. I can interpret this, and that means that we ain't done yet. Look at this knight. He's taking this action. You see, he is the Lord, his nickname, the Lord of Wind and Breeze, and his sword goes off the frame of the card, and look at him. Now, he's not ready for the battle. He's on his way. If he were ready for the battle, his little face shield will be down. So he's on his way. He's like, let's get on, man. We're going to cut and run. Let's go. He's putting it together. He's an action card. So between these two knights, they're going to make sure that action happens. And we're going to take one more of these cards. And there we are. This is the card that I always say reminds me of the jury. And it's because this figure is voided out. And it's what? The number 7. And it's how did those jurors really vote? What was the verdict that they really wanted to share? Here comes the little bonus I want to share. These are my cards. There's only one more deck like them in the world, and that is the lady who owns the psychic line that I work for has those. And I'm going to share these with you. And this is, like I said, one of a kind. And believe me, the meanings are phenomenal. Mercury, hello, phenomenal. All right, here we go. I want to make sure they don't stick together. Ready? There is a pathway ahead. Wisdom is definitely needed. It's all about the timing, and that is absolutely correct. We're going to grab 2 more of these, and then I will work on my conclusion. Love is behind this. You ain't kidding. And I'm going to explain my thoughts on that. There is a plan, and there certainly is. Now, for all of you who are asking, I designed these cards. These are my designs. And like I said, one of a kind. So, all right. This to the side. So what does it mean? There's much wisdom in this is definitely needed, because this is getting so touchy now, and they've got to make sure that they stay within the law. There will be an appeal. I know that to be certain. I still feel that this is going to go in favor of Karen Reed. It seems like things have been stacked against her, but I feel that there's going to be, I think Auntie Bev is going to try to do the right thing, but she has some messages of concern that she's going to be sending out. They will make a plan on how to work this, and that will show the pathway ahead. It's all about timing. You ain't kidding. It sure is. And I feel that the timing will start on Monday. There may be something again on the 14th, but I do believe we will have a decision within the next 30 days. Love is behind this. I believe, first of all, that Karen and John did have a good relationship. And I do believe that they loved each other. And just hearing and seeing the response of Karen when she found John, I mean, that was so heart-wrenching. But there's another little love triangle here. I believe that Jen had a thing for John. And I believe that she loved the idea of luring John, and she knew Karen was going to come, but she loved the idea of luring John over to the Alberts on 34. Where is that card that we have here? On 34. So that they could just gently advise John of Karen and Higgy Baby. Because I think Jen had her nose into everything. You want to know why the Bible tells you not to gossip and not be a busybody? Well, you can write Jennifer McCabe above that passage, because that's what happened. She had her nose in everything. I want to do 2 more of these Kipper cards. A thief, that's right, because his life was taken. And yes, this is going to be very fortunate going forward from now on. Karen knows it, the defense knows it, and the CW, the prosecution, the state knows that things are going to really keep and continue to fall out of place. One more card from the tarot. Consistency is key for the defense. Stay consistent. We've seen this before. Stay on track. Keep your eyes forward. Don't get distracted. Eyes forward. And one more card from the House of Zelda. Travel. There is definitely going to be some traveling. You're going to hear about that. And what type of travel? Let me see. A change in direction. That's exactly the type of travel that it's going to take. This is going to be a twist I don't think that many see coming. But the travel also, I do believe, will be eventually Karen, because I think she's just going to go and not look back. But she, like I keep saying, she's going to come out like, oh, baby cakes. So we're not done. I do believe, I still feel I will be shocked, but I will be shocked and horrored if Auntie Bev sides with the CW. I do believe that while taking this under advisement, she is getting advice from others. I do believe that Auntie Bev may just change directions and go from the CW. I'm praying so. And I'll admit, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not 100% right all the time. But as of it stands right now, as the time you're looking at this, it does show that Karen's got a very high probability in this. But they all know, just by looking at the CW, that it's curtains for them. And especially starting yesterday on August 8th. And especially today on the 9th, when they had this really great argument. So we're going to see what happens, my friends. I appreciate you being here. As always, let me know in the comments what you think, and do me a favor and subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be following this and others as we go along. I want to thank you all so much. I love reading your comments. I love when you get involved, telling me about the cards and timing and numbers and all of those good things. I thank you so much for making this channel what it is, and I plan on staying here and growing as long as I possibly can. We're together. We're in this together. And prayers for Karen and for John. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and I will see you again next time. And stay tuned, because you know what? YouTube has a video that they know that you're going to enjoy, and I know that too. Hang in there, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.